time?
Well, currently we're in week 11 of semester 2 of the academic year, so the most prominent queries that we get at the moment would be students who have realised that they're not happy with their course and maybe want to change, so they're starting to make inquiries about how they would change and if there's financial implications. With the CO deadline for late applications is the 1st of May, so there's a 2-week period now where they would need to reapply to the CO if they have to. Alternatively, if they pass their exams at the end of this year, they will then be able to look for an internal transfer. The other obviously key query is the exams coming up in May. Some first year students will come in looking for study skills. We produce a STEPS booklet from Student Support and Development that gives step-by-step instructions on how to prepare for your exams and for the actual exam itself. So we have produced these booklets as a means of targeting the students at a particular time of year. And then we would have queries on financial assistance, which comes in all times during the year, but some students would be, I suppose, running out of money at this stage, so if there was kind of emergency funding would be given to people at this stage. So they're the 3 main queries that we get from students at this stage in April time.
What advice would you have for students who perhaps are running out of money, or who are a bit worried about their exams coming up in the next month?
Okay, well, firstly with exams, it's about preparation and making sure that they're on top of their workload. So if they're not in the library already, they should really be looking at finding out where the books are for their particular course, getting their own notes organised into a folder so that they're not just looking for stuff under the bed, or so that everything is in proper order so they know what they're missing. They can go and get the extra notes from Moodle or from the library. They should be looking at past exam papers to look at what sort of questions were coming up before and are they prepared to answer those types of questions. The exam timetable will be released this week, so they need to know when their exams are on and if there's a gap between the different exams, so they can make sure that they have a timetable set. And also looking at they're probably in the middle of assignments right now as well, so I suppose stress levels will be high, and to learn how to manage your workload and have a work-life balance as well. So again, we have booklet on work-life balance, so this is learning to have, you can do everything, you can have a social life and still study if you set it out properly in a timetable. So we would advise students to sit down and look at their timetable from 9 to 11 every day, Monday to Sunday, and see where they can fit everything in. So as they come up to the exams, those stress levels should be lower than normal.
So where specifically can students get advice if they need it coming up to the exams?
For exams, I would always advise a student to go to the faculty first. So speak to your chairperson or speak to the lecturer involved in a particular subject if you feel that you're weak. Maybe they won't give you hints and tips, but they certainly can give you advice as to where to find the best information, and maybe give you an insight. If there's any particular students, like math students who may be struggling, there's the Math Learning Centre, and they will have open hours for different modules.
That's in the Henry Grattan building?
In the Henry Grattan building, yes. And it's also important to know what areas of the library that you need to be using. If you haven't been in the library much, then that's key, making sure that you're getting the right information, and also googling and researching information online, especially when you're answering questions. It's about getting extra statistics to back up what you already know in theory, so that can help you get extra marks and extra grades on your questions. So as the faculty first, the Student Advice Centre in the Henry Grattan building, then we would help students with study skills, and looking at setting out their timetable and how to study and how to prepare for the exams, and we give all that advice as well. And then also just to talk to even group studying is quite good as well, so it helps, students can help each other. So there's quite a lot of areas they can get the advice on.
That's perfect. Thank
Is
you
that
very
okay?
much. Thank you.